Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today I wanted to take a look at how The Cut took a game off of Evil Geniuses. The Cut is what a lot of people would consider to be a tier 2 team, and they really pulled this game back. They were 2k net worth behind in a very odd situation. You know, you would think like, oh, you know, they're 2k net worth behind. I mean, they're 12 kills behind. This game is a disaster. However, the TA was having a fantastic match, right? This TA was wildly farmed, a full item ahead of our TZ. So I think this was their win condition. Nonetheless, let's get into the game, kind of check out what they do so well to outplay a professional team. So hopefully you guys can learn a couple things as well. Also, I want to tell you guys that if you've been struggling with solo queue and you're looking to get to the next rank, I'm going to be able to help you. Like literally with the gameleap website, I'm going to give you guys guides that are going to make it unbelievably clear on what you need to do. So if you've been stuck in the solo queue grind, you don't know what to do, and you want to become absolutely broken, but like actually you want to become much better at Dota, and you want to take it more seriously, the gameleap website is going to help you do that. So click the link down below, I'm going to help you get to the next rank, and I'll see you there. First thing that I really respect about The Cut is their willingness to open the map. As we can see here, 28 minutes in, they're currently behind in a very weird position where, you know, they have to be careful. EG obviously has a lot of good burst damage. They have a Rubik Lift, a Burrow Strike to follow up, they have a Ravage, you know, they have a Void Spirit, ton of burst damage. So if you get caught out, this is a game where you can easily die. However, unlike a lot of what I would say tier 2 teams would do, what they do well is they are willing to split the map. They have basically the insight to say, okay, you know, we can we can play aggressive. Also, I love what Overloom is doing here. Instead of playing with his team as the Bane and just sitting behind cores, which frankly wouldn't do very much, he's likely just going to die if he tries to save them, right? Let's say the TA was to get caught by a smoking, he'll just die too. Instead, he's potentially setting up on what I would imagine might be Arteezy, right? Looking to just Shadow Blade, walk up and one-hit the tower. Definitely a logical play that Arteezy might make, and so this could potentially pick them up. So even though you might be like, oh, but he's not at this pick-off play, I love what Cut's doing here. They understand, okay, Storm plus Sky is our kill combo. It's a class, you just pull them in, you Sky ulti them. It's not more simple than, you know, it doesn't get more simple than that. And so this is what they're doing. They even end up killing the Rubik. He almost overcommits on the Storm, has to full zip out. But I love what they're doing, right? They got traps all around to surround, so they can play the traps, they can play the silences, they can disengage on that if needed. Okay, they end up losing a support. You know, that is what it is. But at the same time, they're pushing in mid as the Sand King. So they got the mid wave shoving in. The Sand King can TP in, which he does. Honestly, I think it was a bit premature. I think he should have put a heavier priority on shoving mid. Yeah, he cancels his TP. I love that. That's so great, man. I love that he puts a priority on this. Right, gets the wave in, gets the map in, and they can continue to play around traps. They do lose a little bit of vision as a result of this sequence, but they actually gained in net worth due to their willingness to split the map. There's not a lot of teams like this at this tier 2 level, even though, you know, you could argue they're tier 1.5 if they took a game off EG. I like what they're doing here, and I think it makes a lot of sense. Also, I love the fact that TA bought an early shard. I think this shard is insanely good. It silences, increases the vision of the traps, and increases how many you can put down. It's one of the best shards in the game, by far. All right, we're going to get into an upcoming engagement here, and we're going to watch the TA because this is their most farmed hero. So, as the fight breaks out, they have traps down. They were able to get onto EG's high ground. They obviously want to fight this Roshan. They don't want to give this one away. They have a TA as well, and a Storm, so a lot of good Aegis carriers here. Heroes with, you know, practically 0 cooldowns are always the best Aegis carriers in general, and TA and Storm are definitely 2 of the best ones. So they're holding the hill. Man, I love this trap usage. Just cutting the top wave while managing to like play in this area is fantastic for your overall map control. But TA goes in. Looks like they find a burst onto the Rubik. Good target priority from the Storm, working together with the TA. Anytime you have something like a TA, Luna, or Medusa on your team, you want to enable them. Your stuns should play around these type of heroes. Good blink out though, understanding, okay, this fight isn't going too well. The Sand King did buyback though, so this could be an opportunity for them to turn, and that's exactly what they do. They're playing the trap, they're playing the high ground. I think this is a good dodge from Scourge here, understanding, hey, I don't want to get Anchor Smash, I don't want to get caught. They actually end up catching this Void Spirit, and this was the Cut classic. I think all 3 games, if I'm not mistaken, they picked Bane Sky. The grip into the Mystic Flare, you know, that's a lot of damage. And they're able to kill off the Void Spirit from full. On top of that, they mega buyback here. And yeah, this is the thing they really did in game 1. They mass spot back in team fights to hardcore win the team fights. And the nature of their heroes allow them to chase. I think in some games, it's a little bit too easy to, you know, to disengage on the buybacks. But against the Storm and Sand King and Traps, that's not the case. Also, maybe a bit of an overextension from EG, not respecting the buybacks, and it ended up losing them a fight. Yeah, this was obviously huge because EG didn't want to buy back. You know, they don't have the Tide or the Ench. The Void Spirit also ended up going in and die backing, which is obviously not so good. So all of a sudden, a good movement onto the high ground, solid teamfight execution, and willingness to buy back based on this Roche, it was massive. Frankly, you could also argue maybe EG makes a bit of a mistake not having buybacks on heroes going towards this Roche fight. I think this is a big thing pro teams do consider, and you can consider in your pubs. If there is going to be a big objective like Roche, even if the game is only 20, 15, 25, 30 minutes in, it's not ultra late game yet, you still might want to hold buyback over completing your Orchid or completing your Yules or your bots or something of the sort, because, you know, this Roshan is way more important. That Roshan leads to this Void Spirit death, which completely collapses the map control of EG. I think EG does a great job of getting out onto the map and cutting waves regardless of the fact that their Void Spirit's dead. I love what Arteezy's doing here to get out onto the map and prevent this from being some sort of ultra disaster. But at the end of the day, this is a cut 4K net worth lead, and that's massive. All right, next up, we're going to see a burst attempt from EG. I'm going to watch this from EG's perspective. A little bit confused here. They go on this TA in what I thought would be a successful kill attempt onto the TA. Absolutely does not go down that way. But all right, let's check it out. So the cut sets up top. EG decides, okay, we have to defend. The Aegis is not on the TA, so they definitely can go on the TA. However, let's watch it from Nightfall's perspective. It almost seems like he goes premature here. You know, it just doesn't, I mean, they have the Void Spirit and the Rubik. They have their burst damage heroes. You know, obviously Tiny helps in that, but it felt like they have this here, and it's very hard for Bane to Nightmare a teammate when it's a Ravage initiation. Why? Because the Ravage often zones him out. But he Ravages here, and the Bane does get hit like you would expect, which is why this can be good. So, like, I respect this decision, but it seems like they just didn't have the heroes. Like, this TA just doesn't die. I mean, I also don't really know. Did Abed just not have the resources? No, I mean, he committed. They just didn't do enough damage. Also, did the Rubik stun him? This is so odd. I just feel like he should have died faster, but I guess all of their damage is instance damage. Like, the Ravage got blocked, the Gush got blocked, Anchor Smash got blocked, Fade Bolt, Burrow Strike got blocked, Resonant Pulse got blocked. So, like, every nuke got blocked. There's not a single bit of tick damage here. So I guess that's just, it is what it is, right? Their damage type just is very unfavorable against the TA here. Frankly, they don't have a single hero besides Avalanche who can work on that refraction. So, especially when Scourge McDuck hits level 25, man, I can see why they'd win this game, especially with this current advantage. But good disengage from Cut here. Love this, man. Oh my god. Beautiful discipline. They get out. They understand the TA BKB is down. You don't want to fight into the enemy high ground. Sure, they don't have Ravage, but they do have a lot of kite in and out, right? Tiny goes in and out. Tide goes in and out. Void Spirit goes in and out. I go in and out. And so it was a really good decision here. I think their main priority, in my opinion, should be getting this level 25 on TA. Even if it requires you to wait till minute 40. I know that's a bit of a hot take. Obviously, you can't necessarily just guarantee dodge all the fights, but essentially what I'm saying here is this level 25 is massive. They go anyway. They want to make the play on Ravage being down. So a very confident decision. I can always respect that if I think it's based around something. So this is definitely based around the Ravage. T's got a pop refraction right away. Okay, I'd like to see her pop refraction a bit earlier. This is a bit of a mistake in my opinion. The reason why is if a fight breaks out, you want to have 2 potential refractions as early as possible. So I would argue a bit of a, you know, mechanical issue, but it is what it is. Let's not flame him too much. He beat EG. Okay, they find Jerax. I mean, not who you want to catch at all. If anything, this is a win for Jerax, scouting out a 5-man smoke for you know, for a situation where you don't have Ravage. That's a win. You take that any day on the Enchantress. Did he have to die? Maybe not, but it does tell you where the smoke is. There's no Roshan up, so it's not that big of a deal of a death. It frankly actually is, I would argue, a win for EG. They are able to push in the mid wave, probably push in the bottom wave here. No, they were afraid to push in the bottom wave. Maybe they thought there was going to be a smoke or something, because that was odd. Also, this traps are just, I don't know, traps are just a ridiculous ability. Traps are just insane, man. They're so crazy. Okay, level 25 coming up on the TA. Man, if I'm this TA, I'm like, get away from my neutral camps, bro. Let me get my 25. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't try to chill a bit here. They end up catching EG, so obviously you have to fight now. Let's take a look at it from the Skyrat's perspective. He goes, Kaya, what? That's wild. He buys a Kaya. He has no defensive item against 3 jump heroes. Does Tiny have a blink? At least Tiny doesn't have blink, but that is wild. Even Rubik has blink. This is such a greedy Sky item. Let's watch this from his So I love his positioning. If you're going to go an item build like this, you got to be a wuss. You cannot be even relatively close to the fight. So I think his positioning, I mean, I think he's level 30 Sky. I don't know why it says he's bronze. This guy has like a gajillion Sky games, B-God. So I love his positioning. And you can tell he plays a lot of Sky because this is like an intuition thing. You just have to have the discipline to not be that close. Good silence out to the Void Spirit. It forces out... Oh, whose silence was that? It was like a trap, I guess. Traps are so broken if that's what it is, man. Traps are so broken. Is that what it was? How is he silenced? Orchid? No, there's no Orchid. How is he silenced? The Sky has a second E here, right? He E's him out of this. Yeah, I don't know. It must have been a trap, but he just dies because he forced the early Yules with whatever that was. Follow up on the Sky silence. Sky's rough for Void Spirit, man. That matchup's not easy because Void Spirit does not want to go Yules. Like, it's... that might sound insane. It's like, what? That hero buys Yules for setup. Yeah, but... honestly, I've played quite a bit of Void Spirit. In general, if I don't have to go Yules, I don't buy it. I feel like it does not make you, it doesn't not enable you to be like as much of an alpha chat initiator as you want to be. So yeah, great positioning from B-God there. You gotta give him some respect. I can guarantee you put any 3K in that fight, they're 100% just dead at the beginning of the fight. They don't get any spells off and they feed. Okay, TA 25 online now. EG almost has, okay, they have 2 Ravages. You definitely can win a team fight. This game is not over by any means. 2 Ravages is 2 Ravages. What team fight do they have? Not 2 Ravages. So at the end of the day, if you catch this TA, you're going to blow her up. She's not that tanky. 2.5k HP. Yes, she has the refraction instances, so that's going to be her way out. They once again have literally no good way to get rid of it. But 2 Ravages would probably be enough to get through it. So if I'm EG, I'm targeting down this TA. Let's see if that works though. I mean, I was going to say, okay, if you kill the TA, they don't have damage, but I don't know if that's true. This Sand King does, you know, he's got his shard. He's level 20. The Skywrath is, you know, Giga Chad build we talked about. He just does damage. Here comes the Ravages. It's onto the Storm, a difficult target. You might be like, oh, it's good. He's pretty tanky. That's a Shiva's Kaya-san. Do they kill him? The answer is yes. He has buyback. Does he buyback? He's going, yep. Here comes the Storm buyback. Oh my God, let's watch this burrow. Let's watch this burrow. Let's see the discipline. His blink gets canceled. Good discipline here. A lot of people would have popped the epi. They'd be like, shit, my blink got canceled. They'd waste their epi. Didn't panic here. And then a little bit surprised he wasn't channeling epi. I definitely think he should have been on the high ground. So I don't blame him for not channeling it. It's easily one of those situations where you're more worried about, are they going to walk up? You're playing against EG. You're like, shit, our Storm died. But oh my God, the 3-man stun. RTZ just getting ripped into by this TA, and this is exactly what you want as TA. You want a team fight where you can comfortably read where the stunts are coming from, because then you don't have to prematurely pop your BKB. You can easily pump out your damage. You can play around your refraction, and that's what they do. Great disengage from EG. Where did they go? EG's gone. So wonderful play by EG. A reinitiation onto the Storm. Oh my God, was that a double smoke from EG? Was that a back smoke? Yep. Back in smoke. Oh my God, they have a ward on the high ground. What a disaster. How did Gits not die here? Is he just too tanky? RTZ didn't toss. What? Did he get silenced? He must have gotten silenced, because no way he just doesn't toss. He got trapped. Oh my God. This Storm lives because of trap. All right. Either way, great awareness. Let's watch this from the TA's perspective. If he had worse reaction time, Storm dies. Man, that trap saves the Storm's life. That completely turns around the fight. Buys time for Storm. Buys time for the Epi. Sand King goes down, but they get the grip onto the Tiny. That finishes him off. Everyone just dies. This tide is worthless now, you know? No Ravages. I mean, sure, he's got a Halberd. He's got an Axe. He's strong, but no Ravages is no Ravages in the late game. And I think this is where the game ends. Or does this game go longer? I think maybe this game goes longer. Yeah, it probably goes longer. Great attempt from EG, man. If that trap didn't come out and Storm dies right away, that might be a different fight. Maybe they would win the fight anyway if Storm died, but at least Storm would be dead for 100-something seconds. And that would really limit his ability to get towards this next item, which is going to be the Aeon Disc here. So if this Aeon Disc saves him in the next fight, then you can 100% guarantee yourself that, oh my God, Arcane Rune. You can guarantee yourself that that trap is a huge reason why they can take this next fight, because otherwise there's no way he farms an Aeon Disc. And that's Dota. And people are like, why am I not good at Dota? Every small play counts, guys. It's every little thing you don't do. And that's why it's so hard to recognize why you're not getting good. And hopefully I can help you with that. But all right, TA up the high ground. She's confident. I don't blame her. Jumps onto the Rubik. If I'm TA, I'm also just, hey, I'm in, bros. You know, I don't know why he's not popping refraction. There you go. But I'm in. There we go. Fight breaks out. Double Ravage onto the backline. This is a no buyback Storm. He didn't also get the Saiyan disc. So he didn't, once again, they're kind of forcing fights a little bit before items, but I guess you understand it to some extent. They're strong, they want to go. I personally feel like they should have a bit more discipline sometimes, but it is what it is. They go in, double Ravage. Can they kill the Storm? It looks like the answer is yes. He diebacks. Kind of a disaster. Once again, Storm getting caught. He's going to be kicking himself a little bit. T is getting gone on. Can they turn this around? Oh my god, where did Tiny's HP go? Holy, he's even got a Mage Slayer. This guy should be a little bit resistant to this. Did he get hit by a Psyblade? No, that's just all. Where was that burst of damage from? What was the... There's like a 500 or 600 damage nuke. Is that just that Skywrath Q? Is the Skywrath Q just do like 800 damage? Oh my god, what? That's a lot of damage. All right. Tiny just gets not solo killed, but pretty close to solo killed by Skywrath. And all right, the fight just completely gets turned around. They're trying to disengage. It's a good decision from EG not to panic on the Tiny buyback. Great discipline from Arteezy. I think most players would have bought back there. They'd be like, shit, you know, Storm's dead. Let's win this fight. But if they see the Tiny buys back, they just walk away. This trap usage is incredible by Scourge, by the way. His usage of traps this game has been fantastic. He's consistently kept all the waves in. You look at the map control from EG, they don't have anything. They can't keep these waves in. This is why TA is such a theoretically busted hero and why it's so prioritized by these teams. It's a great laner. It gives you Roche control. It gives you a siege hero. It gives you vision advantage. Like there's nothing that TA doesn't give you, and that's the reason why this hero is so prioritized right now by a variety of teams. It just does it all. I mean, look at this shit, man. Look at his camera movement. Cuts mid, cuts top, cuts mid, cuts top, cuts mid, cut top. You watch a 2K, man, they cut top wave like once every 8 minutes. That's the best you're gonna get. I don't really know why he doesn't go. Okay, I mean, I guess he's prioritizing going dataless over the Pike, so that's fine. I personally would consider going a Nullifier as well. I don't really know if they have like the Ghost Scepters. Okay, they do on the Rubik, so I mean, I think you can consider going Nulli over dataless. I personally feel like when you're playing TA with the Refractions talent, you hit hard enough on your average auto where it can be really nice to just go Nulli and guarantee you can actually hit people. But he must feel that his main priority is going to be killing the Tide and the Tiny for his team, whom his teammates can't really kill until they're at least BKB is down on Tiny. So let's see. They're hesitant to go high ground. I fully understand it. Going high ground into 2 Ravages is a mess. It's very difficult, so they're kind of just waiting. They're waiting for next Roche. I think this is the correct decision from the cut. If I'm them too, I'm not like, you know, I'm not taking any chances, right? Oh, fight breaks out. Uh-oh, he sold his D-Lance right before this too. Gets the dataless though. Is he gonna blink in? No. A Ravage seemingly wasted on the background. Gets on top of Crit. Crit's dead. That's a great start to the fight. Can they pick them off one by one now? They have a Bloodthorn soon. Oh no, Storm goes down. Might have buyback this time. He does. So Storm buys back. This fight is much closer to Storm than it is to Rubik, so he'll get back into the fight instantly. As we see, that's exactly what happens. Tiny's BKB is out. They kill him. The Tide has nothing left, and they can't do anything this TA. This is what I'm talking about. This TA pick is fantastic in the late game. I mean, it's a great TA game in general. Frankly, I don't know when they picked this TA, but they don't have answers to TA. I mean, Tiny is okay against TA because of Avalanche, but, you know, not late game. It's not going to do very much, and that's being very clear. She took 0 damage in this fight. Literally 0 damage. They just can't deal with this TA. This TA is a menace. It's they're killing Storm, but they're not addressing the Sky or the TA, and they're the real damage dealers. I almost feel like killing the Storm is kind of not worth. Well, he has overload attack bounces, which gives you a way to dual damage as Storm in the late game. Without it, Storm wouldn't do very much damage with these items. These are all kind of like mid damage items, right? They're not like, you're not killing people. He's even going Hex next. Really surprised Hex over the Axe. I guess it's probably just more like, hey, we need to like be able to burst people, which I fully understand. So I think this Hex decision over the Axe is super reasonable. EG has the Aegis. They put it on the Storm again, which I guess they just feel like TA cannot die. TA also has buyback where the Storm does not. TA is also not buying a Moon Shard. I would imagine you just buy a Moon Shard now. He's buying Abyssal Blade. He sells it. Does he buy Abyssal Blade? He has the Witchbane, so instead of buying Nullifier, you buy the Witchbane. That's definitely an answer to this Rubik Ghost Scepter. His main target is going to be this Rubik 100%. Why? Because it's the one guy he can one-shot. Take out of the fight instantly. If he Bloodthorns and Witchbanes the Ghost Scepter, he'll kill him. I don't think Rubik has any Yules or anything. No, so he just dies almost on the Aeon disc. But yeah, we'll see. He can definitely kill a Rubik, so I like the Witchbane decision. Once again, it's very hard for EG to kill the TA. They'll basically have to kill him in between refraction instances, which is like, it's the same cooldown as it is the duration on a refraction. It's both 17, so that's not really a thing if the TA is disciplined. So the Sand King's dead. They're still playing the high ground. They must be thinking to themselves here, okay, if they go on us, we'll buy back the Sand King. We'll take this fight outside of our base. We know EG is behind. We know they're weaker than us. Here comes the fight. This is an Age of Storm. Do you buy back the Sand King? I think you just get out here. You try not to buy back. B-God solo kills Jerax. Does this guy not have a defensive item? He does, and he still got solo killed. How's that a thing? This is just purely nuke damage. This guy is level 27. He kind of panicked on his pike here. You don't pike until you get ultied, I'm sure. I mean, I think he dies no matter what, to be honest. Looking at it, even if he doesn't pike, I think he just gets queued to death. Because there's just no way he gets the guy off of him. But alright, they're going to try to take this fight. It's a bit weird. I personally feel like they should have just disengaged and waited the Sand King at this point. Kind of a waste of the Aegis, in my opinion. But alright, they're going to try to kill the TA. There they go. They do it. This is going to cause the Rubik to go down, though. They're hard committed to this fight. You would have to imagine that they committed the BKBs onto the TA, that this is their chance. They get a huge grip onto the Tiny. The huge ult plus grip with the Skywrath ulti takes down the Tiny. And yeah, I think this is it for the Enchantress. Jerax the fall. Playing this hero in the late game is maybe the most boring thing in Dota. Unironically, I absolutely despise playing support Ench in the late game. It is the most boring thing you could possibly do. Jerax probably wanted to die after this game. Like, the lack of dopamine you get from late game Enchantress is just insane. They call GG. Insane. Incredible gameplay from Cut. Just a clear display of how good tier 2 teams are getting. And, you know, I'm not here to flame EG. I don't even think they played that poorly. Like, honestly, I think Cut had so much discipline in this game. They didn't force any shitty fights. They played around buybacks incredibly well. They played around vision and waves very well. And they deserve this win. But alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.